Everyone at the Galactic Convergence Academy knew who Elias Verne was. He was the weakest student. That was not an insult. It was a measured fact. The Academy trained the future defenders of the Unified Species Council, cadets from death worlds, war worlds, predator cultures, high-gravity planets. Elias came from Earth, a mid-tier world. Class 5, no natural armor, no claws, no psionic talent. His muscles were average. His reaction time was slow by Academy standards. His bone density was laughable. In physical trials, he ranked last. In combat simulations, he ranked last. In survival drills, he ranked last. The others noticed. They always noticed. The Dravik cadets laughed at him openly. Tall, reptilian giants with scale-plated hides. One of them once crushed a steel bench with one hand. The Valari ignored him. Insectoid thinkers who valued efficiency. A weak variable was not worth attention. The Korath hunted him for sport. Feline predators with smile-sharp teeth. They loved fear. Elias learned to walk with his head down. He learned to stay silent. He learned to endure, but he never learned to hate. That was his mistake, or so everyone believed. On cycle 93 of the term, the Academy hosted a joint combat exhibition. Attendance was mandatory. Students gathered around the central arena. Energy shields hummed. Drones recorded everything. Elias sat alone near the back. Someone shoved his shoulder. He almost fell. Craxus stood behind him. A Korath, third year. Muscle wrapped in fur. Eyes full of amusement. Move human. Elias stood. He stepped aside. Craxus took his seat anyway. Then extended one clawed foot. He hooked Elias behind the ankle. Elias fell forward. Laughter rippled through the stands. Elias pushed himself up. His palms stung. Blood beaded. He said nothing. As he walked away, he noticed something near the lower access ramp. A figure lay curled near the wall, large, motionless. Most ignored it. Elias stopped. The figure was not a student. It was a guardian. Beast, specifically a Varkesh. The Academy used them as living weapons. Bonded protectors. Bio-engineered titans. This one was young, still growing. Its scales were cracked. One limb bent wrong, breathing shallow. A red warning sigil pulsed on its harness. Injury detected. Stability compromised. Elias swallowed. Approaching a Varkesh without clearance was forbidden. Punishable, the beast stirred. One massive eye opened golden. Focused fear hit Elias like a wall. Varkesh were legends. They tore through pirate fleets. They shattered boarding parties. This one could kill him by accident. The eye fixed on him. Pain rippled through it. Elias did not run. He crouched, slow, visible. He reached into his pocket. A nutrient bar. Emergency issue. Designed for multiple species. He broke it in half. Held it out. The Varkesh sniffed. Then it tried to move. It failed. A low sound escaped it. Not a roar. A whimper. Elias felt something twist in his chest. He moved closer. Every instinct screamed at him to stop. He ignored them. He placed the bar within reach. Then he spoke softly. I know it hurts. The beast watched him. It is okay. I am here. The Varkesh ate. Slowly, Elias waited. He checked the harness display. Emergency beacon disabled, sabotage, someone had done this. Elias pressed the manual override. It sparked, he tried again. Power. Restored, medical drones, activated sirens. Wailed, guards rushed in. Elias stood with his hands raised. He expected punishment. Instead, the guards froze. The Varkesh had moved. It placed itself between Elias and the guards. Protective posture, low, rumble, oh. Declaration. The arena fell silent. The story spread fast. The weakest student had approached a wounded Varkesh. The weakest student had fed it. The weakest student had repaired its harness. Impossible. The academy launched an investigation. Sabotage confirmed. Disciplinary hearings opened. Elias was questioned. Why did you help it? The council asked. Elias answered simply. It was hurt. That was all. The Varkesh refused separation. It followed Elias everywhere. At a distance. Always watching. Bonding protocols. Required consent from both sides. The consented. Elias did not understand what that meant until the next week. Combat. Assessment day. Elias stood in the arena. Opposite him was KR Axis. The Korath grinned. Try not to break too fast, human. The horn sounded. Craxus lunged, fast, deadly. Elias moved. He always moved. That was how he survived. Craxus swiped. Elias rolled. The crowd jeered. Then the ground shook. A shadow fell over the arena. The Varkesh landed between them. The impact cracked the floor. The crowd screamed. The instructors shouted. Emergency shields flared. The Varkesh ignored them. It turned its head, locked eyes with Craxus. Craxus froze. Predator instinct met apex truth. The Varkesh roared, not enraged on. Warning. The bond mark ignited on Elias' wrist. The arena screens flashed. Bond confirmed. Primary protector assigned. Student status updated. The crowd fell. Silent. Craxus backed away. Slow. One step, then another. The Varkesh did not pursue. It stood beside Elias, guardian. From that day on, everything changed. No one shoved Elias again. No one laughed. They watched. They measured. They feared. The Varkesh followed Elias to class. 2 meals. To training. It learned his scent. His voice. It responded to his presence. Elias did not command it. He never needed to. He spoke. It listened. Not obedience. Trust. During a simulated boarding assault, Elias' team was ambushed. Energy fire filled the corridor. 2 students went down. The Varkesh moved. It became a wall. A shield. A storm. Weapons shattered against its hide. When the smoke cleared, Elias' team stood untouched. Victory awarded in strategy classes. Elias' ideas began to matter. He thought differently. He planned for survival, for endurance, for protection, not domination. Instructors took notes. The Varkesh watched, always. The truth came out weeks later. Craxus had sabotaged the harness. He wanted to watch the beast die. Slowly. He wanted entertainment. The punishment was severe. Expulsion, memory, sanctions, exile. As Craxus was led away, he screamed, "This is not fair. He is weak." The Varkesh growled. Low. Final. The council released a statement. Strength was not defined by muscle mass, nor by natural weapons, nor by planetary class. Strength was defined by choice, by action, by kindness without expectation. The Academy updated its doctrines, bonding protocols revised. Elias became a case study, the weakest student, the strongest protector. Years later, the Academy faced its greatest test. An extragalactic force breached the border. Hive ships, planet killers. The Academy mobilized. Cadets deployed. Elias stood on the command deck of a defense carrier. The Varkesh stood behind him, larger now, fully grown. Scars marked its scales. The enemy fleet advanced. Command hesitated. Elias spoke. They will target the core. They do not fear us. They should. The Varkesh roared. The fleet charged. The battle was brutal. Losses mounted. Then the Varkesh launched. Alone, it tore through. The first wave, then another. Elias coordinated from the bridge, not shouting, not panicking. He protected. He positioned ships to cover retreat, to save lives. When the battle ended, the enemy was gone. The Academy stood. The galaxy took notice. They asked one question: who was the commander? The answer surprised them: a human. From a mid-tier world, once the weakest student. Elias never called himself strong. He never needed to. The Varkesh followed him, not because of power, not because of command, because once, when it was helpless, someone stayed, someone cared, and that changed everything. Asterisk.